generate more destructive energy than a modern firearm? And what about a 700,000-year-old knife?
You tell me.
Can that be as sharp as a razor-sharp steel blade?
Yes.
This is stuff I think about.
That's what they used to make arrowheads out of. It was rocks. And we'd break them up into littler rocks. Is littler a word? More small.
Friend on a Tuesday morning. Nonetheless, I want to find out. So, I'm gonna test 3 weapons that get progressively older.
Dude, you know what this reminds me of, and I'm actually gonna watch it after this? Was Crazy Russian Hacker. Dude, Crazy Russian Hacker always had some cool shit, and this is what it exactly reminds me of.
The first one is the Sling. These things are fascinating. You can kill giants with it.
David and Goliath. According to 1 Samuel 17, Goliath, a heavily armed Philistine giant, challenged Saul for 40 days to send out a man to fight him. No one would face this warrior until David, armed only with a sling and stones, volunteered. David hit the giant in the forehead with a stone and killed him. Dude, look at the size comparison. It's kind of freaking wild, right?
I want to find out how it works, what kind of energy it generates, and then test the damage against a few targets. A sling is one of the oldest known projectile weapons, and Sumerian, Greek, and Roman armies all
Dude,
had
I'd be devastated
slingers.
if I got hit in the face with that shit.
What do you do for it?
I'd be devastated, yeah.
Anyway, a sling is basically a pouch attached to 2 cords, and the projectiles you load into the pouch can be stones, lead bullets, which are actually pretty nice because they spin in the air, stabilizing the shot, soda cans, tape.
I already know that's exactly what I'd do.
Now, there are many techniques you can use to shoot a sling,
Dude, imagine
based on the position of your arm.
with it. Like that, exactly.
And I'm not great at any
you
of them.
like swing it
takes
and
a
it
lot
like
of practice,
swings and hits your
especially
leg.
to get accurate with it. And since I used one just once before, I'm basically just improvising.
Sweet.
But then, after practicing for a while, I'm now starting to get the timing down. And even though this camera angle doesn't give you the idea of how fast the rocks are actually flying, it's pretty clear that the energy generates, well, it's a lot.
Yeah, that shit would knock someone off the map, dude.
To measure it, I placed 2 sticks 1.3 meters apart.
Where was this at when I was getting
bullied
in school?
And filming in slow motion,
I had
find the velocity of energy from there. First, I'm throwing a 107 grams rock by hand. And following my calculations, the rock is flying at about 23 meters a second, carrying an energy of 27.7 joules. Then I throw a similar sized rock, but this time using the sling. And with that, I get a speed of about 32 meters a second, with an energy of 60.1 joules.
Still insane.
That's more than double the energy I got.
Enough to knock you the fuck out and make you go the opposite way.
The reason why a sling is able to generate so much more
There's no way you're gonna want to fight after you just got hit in the face with this rock.
Compared to just throwing a rock is because of centripetal force. When you swing a sling,
centrifugal
the tension
force
in the cords and the speed of rotation generate kinetic energy. And when the sling is released, all this energy is transferred to the projectile, increasing the speed. Moreover, since the sling basically becomes an extension of your arm, it also gives you a mechanical advantage. And that's why longer slings are generally more powerful than the short ones. Lastly, I tried another test with a much heavier rock. And the sling still managed to throw the rock at about 24 meters a second, which converts to 95 joules. For comparison, that's almost 20%
I'd go home
more
and
energy
lay down
than what
for
I
a
could
week.
get with the lethal slingshot I built a while ago. And I believe that with a better technique and aerodynamic projectiles, you could probably get into small firearm territory. Now, what happens when you hit stuff with it? I started with a watermelon and of course, I missed a bunch of times. Damaged the sawhorse, which you actually find.
Oh my gosh, dude. See, imagine that's your forehead. This is fucking metal, dude. That is split.
But after a few more tries, I got it.
Oh my gosh, dude. How much to get hit in the back? Straight up. Would you do this for $10,000? Because I wouldn't. If you knew it was going to hit you in the back too, it wouldn't hit you anywhere else. Just the back. Just the back. For $10,000, would you do it? Drop it in the comments. I got to know. Because me personally, I wouldn't do it. I'm too...
Can this kill giants though?
There's no shot I would do it.
I found this one. This is a ballistic dummy. So the gelatin should simulate muscle tissue.
I don't think this like properly imitates human skin in function, but it's kinda close. I think this rubber shit is just way more delicate.
And the bones? Bones. In short, the damage on this thing should be a pretty accurate representation of what would happen to someone if they got hit by
I guess, yeah, it'd be
First,
pretty accurate.
I need to hit it though.
Ah!
Spoiler,
Oh my
it's gonna take
God.
this plate for supporting this video. I got these three in the shop for a while, and I think they still look great. And so I got a few ones for my house
Keep
too.
it.
I love watching movies, and nobody got the reference. You gotta watch it. It's inside the box.
Keep it,
Just
please.
stick the protective leaf, stick
Don't
the
need art
magnet
right
to
now.
the- And 30% off if you get 3 or more. And I'm also leaving a link in the description if you wanna check them
Whoa.
out. But then I checked the slow motion.
Did
footage.
nothing? Yeah,
the goal
right.
is obviously to hit the skull.
Oh,
I
get
feel
the
like
fuck
this
out of here.
shot
Did nothing. That's a
is kinda
broken
impressive
collarbone.
already. The dam is pretty heavy,
a-
and the rock
a
not only
broken
flipped it
neck,
90
like,
degrees, but
what?
it also left deep cuts into the gelatin. And so I kept trying.
Ah!
I'm not sure if
Imagine they
traveling
don't kill you
faster
on
than
the first
speed of
shot, too.
sound.
You're just like,
It
dude,
turns
can
out the
this
sling
end now?
basically works like a whip. When the sling is released, the kinetic energy built up during the swing is transferred down the length of the sling. The transfer of energy increases in speed as it moves along the sling, accelerating the tip of the sling, called cracker, till it flies faster than the speed of sound. Now, the purpose of having a cracker is to
gosh.
dissipate the energy and slow the sling down, so it basically doesn't come back whipping you every time you shoot. Anyways, the more I'm using it, the more I'm becoming a fan of this thing. As you can see, even if I still don't know what I'm doing, it's pretty insane. After about 1 hour,
That's
I
just
finally managed
pain
to
all
hit the
around.
skull.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah, you're absolutely done. Send me to the hospital.
The rock still had a lot of energy left though, and so I shot one more time.
Oh my god.
And this time, I got it clean.
Yo, everything about this looks so
Breaking the
painful.
bones and cutting the gelatin once again. For the next weapon, we're gonna go back about 10,000 years. I'm talking about spear throwers. I found one in
Whoa.
carbon fiber, but before checking it out, I'm mounting the spear, which kinda looks more like a long arrow than a spear. It got feathers, a pointy tip on one end, and
Yeah,
a slot
imagine
on the
just
other
getting
end. When the spear
impaled by
thrower
that
has
thing.
this sort of pin that
Whoa,
locks into the
man.
slot of the spear, basically like this.
Back then
And I'm
just
very
sounds
curious to
like
test
it
this, but
blew.
I probably shouldn't do it in my shop.
Dying back then just sounds like it's
So then I went outside.
bow and arrow, a sword,
You know, it's
a
actually
rock to the
quite
face.
easy to
like-
use, so I wasn't expecting it. After just a few throws, I was already
Oh,
hitting
man.
the targets. History says this
Just
was
end me
actually a big
already.
step in human evolution, because before using this, we were just throwing spears by hand. A spear thrower works by extending the length of the thrower's arm, providing leverage that significantly increases the velocity and accuracy of the spears. So compared to just using our
Wow.
arms, it allowed us to increase the reach, hunt larger game, and also be more accurate. Or at least, that's the theory. So let's test that.
No
I'm gonna
one's
throw
using
one
that
spear by
anymore.
hand and one using this.
No one's using
We're
this
gonna see the
anymore.
difference.
I'm sorry.
I hope you
Might
can
as well
see.
just get rid of
That's
them.
one range.
Let's not bring
First
the idea
shot using my
back.
hands.
Yo, forget about guns, dude. Let's just stab each other with spears. No, just shoot me. Whoa.
Oh my. I got 22 meters by hand and 48 meters with a spear thrower. You probably didn't even
Wow.
see where it landed. I'm gonna give you a better angle.
Shit.
Oh, that went further away than the last time. So when it comes to range, a
Yo,
spear
we got
thrower-
distance. We got distance.
64. Right now I want to test penetration. and
6'7".
depth. You already know this guy.
That guy's tired
just
of this shit. That guy
not in
no
great
longer
shape
wants
right
to be a
now.
part of this project
So
with
I'm gonna
you.
just use
He's
the
just
back of
not
the hand.
saying it.
Shot one using my hands. I don't even know if I can hit it, to be honest. Nope. Well,
Nice.
after a while I actually hit it though. I think I got it. But the spear did basically nothing to the skull. So then I
Hit
got
it
a
with
little
the-
bit
hit it with
closer,
the side of the
and I hit
spear.
it.
Ah! Right in the neck.
Nice. This would have hurt. Right. Spear thrower. Shot one. Jeez. That's definitely different.
Destroyed vertebrae. You're
Same
literally
exact
done
spot,
for.
by the way. And the penetration was certainly higher than before.
Yeah, bro.
I also tried to hit the skull.
Could you
It took
imagine
me
being a
while,
cowboy back
and
in the
I broke
day?
a few spears in
And
the
then an
process.
Indian captured you. They're like,
But
yeah, we're gonna
interestingly, when I
we're
hit
gonna
it,
peel your
the
scalp
spear
off and
snapped,
shoot you with a
bouncing
couple
back
bow
towards
and
me.
arrows.
A little
How about
too
that?
fast for comfort.
How about
Most
that? How about
importantly,
those apples? Those
It didn't do
apples.
significant damage to the skull. Just a little dent.
Bro, just end me
And
already.
this third weapon I want to test is the oldest one of the list. And it's Obsidian. Google says it's many
Oh,
times sharper than the
gosh.
sharpest steel blades. So I want to test that. I got a machine that measures exactly that. The plan is to compare Obsidian to 3 different steel blades.
gonna be
a
way
utility
sharper.
razor blade,
Way
a
sharper. We
shaving
know
blade,
this.
and a chef's knife I'm gonna sharpen myself. As a reference, a high-end kitchen knife should be around 300 on the scale, and the utility razor blade scored 235, while a shaving razor is one of the sharpest blades you can purchase. And with that,
Bro,
I get a nice 35.
I don't do
also
good
proving
with
that the metal I'm
blood,
using
cuts,
and
gashes.
This is an
Oh
old
my
knife I
gosh,
bought
I'll
from
pass
IKEA.
out.
Pretty dull.
I'll pass out.
So I'm
There was one
spending a
time I
while
was trying
sharpening two
to get a
different
water
blades.
heater out. It was like wedged up in this
basically a
weird
polishing
spot,
is
and I was
so
smacking a
doesn't
hammer,
even make a noise when I swipe
and my
the knife.
hand slid across this like
It
metal
took me about
sheeting.
10
It
minutes
was
to
so
do it.
sharp,
And right now,
and I
this
gashed the
seems to be
fuck
better.
out of my hand open, dude. I almost like passed out looking at the blood coming out my hand.
So now, as I did with the previous blades,
I can't
I'm
do
measuring
blood, bro.
50. Alright, I think I enjoy sharpening stuff a little too much. I'm not sure why. Anyways, these are all the results I got. with
Yeah,
the
we
Sling
believe
blades.
the Obsidian's
Now,
gonna be way
it's time to test
stronger.
Obsidian. Actually though, what even is Obsidian?
You gotta
Turns
break
out
it into
it's a type
some.
of glass that forms when lava cools down rapidly. Usually when it comes into contact with water or
I had no idea
this
that's what
rapid
Obsidian
cooling
was.
prevents
Alright,
the
that's
formation
bet.
of crystals. And in short,
Good
that's
to
basically
know.
why it
I had
looks
no
like
idea
that.
that's how
It feels like
Obsidian
a
was
chunk
made.
of glass, and like glass, it's brittle. So, to make a knife out of obsidian, I need to start from a larger
Dude,
block
they would
and
scalp
slowly
you.
remove material. The problem is that all the videos I watched say
They
the
would
same
scalp
thing.
you back in the day
You need to
using
make sure
that
to strike
shit.
If you are like me, and you're using a mouse pad to protect your leg, and a hammer to strike obsidian, that sentence doesn't make any sense. For 20 minutes, I started to get kinda frustrated. Every time I felt I was kinda getting closer, then the stones randomly snapped.
Dude, forget
I
about
really
their knives.
Because they're pretty thick.
Give it up.
That is sharp. Obsidian flakes. And luckily, I got a lot of them. As a reminder, these are the results I got with the steel blades. And now I'm gonna test this, which is obviously pretty sharp. But when I tried to measure it, I only got 90. So then I got the thinnest flake I could find. But when I measured the sharpness, I got a score even higher than before. Probably because the edge wasn't very clean. Then I tried with different flakes with a cleaner edge, and things went definitely better. Obsidian is very sharp, but during my tests at least, I never managed to get results that are 10 times sharper than razor blades or my IKEA
What the
knife.
fuck is sharper
Even
than
when
that?
cutting paper, you feel more resistance.
Is there something sharper
compared to
than
the steel
Obsidian?
blades. Still though, it's pretty cool, and I'd like
Dude,
to
you know
make
what's
a knife
really
out of this
sharp
one
is
day.
porcelain.
Next,
Dude, porcelain from a toilet. If you've ever broken a toilet, bro,
I'm
I'll
gonna
pull
make
up.
a
I'll pull
very
up
special
after this.
sword, and then I'm gonna finally test my supersonic.
Oh, that's
nerf
it.
blast.
Ceramic? Bro, I'm telling you, porcelain might be like the second sharpest fucking thing out there, bro.